My passion is definitely food. From walking around a farmer's market, it brings a strange amount of joy to me. I absolutely love it because all of the produce is fresh and there's just a ton of different varieties from local farms. And I just think it's awesome that they take the time to care for ingredients because most people don't know what a fresh ingredient tastes like. And I think it's really important that people are able to experience that. I don't think that I really got into a desire to make food until high school, but I always loved cooking with my grandma and making Thanksgiving dinners and doing different desserts. Like her blackberry cobbler was the best thing on the planet, and that was probably my absolute favorite memory of when I was a kid, being able to cook with her and make different things. I realized I wanted to have a restaurant, but I had always been set on I was going to be a doctor. And my first 2 years of college, I was doing the biomed program. And my sophomore year, I realized that it was not for me and I was unhappy where I was. And my mom and I sat down and had a conversation. And before I said anything, I was crying. And she goes, "You want to cook, don't you?" And I said, "Yes, I want to cook." The name for my restaurant has definitely always been a challenge. A few weeks ago, we were at our conference tournament for softball, which we wound up winning. And I was sitting at the dinner table with my mom, and I looked at her and I said, "I know what I want my restaurant to be." I was like, "I want it to be hydrangea for Grandma Ruth's favorite flower." And I definitely want it to be an homage to her because of how much she impacted my life. Coming home at the end of the day and actually being able to cook a meal is definitely something that's very calming to me. I'm not really focused on anything going on around me. I'm just focusing on the ingredients, making sure that everything's cooked through and tasting as I go so that way everything's seasoned correctly. And it's just a time where I just get to stop and focus on one thing. And I think that's really important because normally my head's racing around. So cooking is kind of my escape from worldly things. I think cooking is more of a mix between science and art because you're trying to combine a ton of different flavors, see what pairs well together, what doesn't. And the art ties into how you plate it. When you plate, you should be trying to tell a story, not just throwing food on there so you can eat it. Cooking is not so much as an escape from softball because both of them I'm trying to perform to a certain level. I want things to be exact, I want things to go correctly. Yes, I'm gonna fail, but at the end of the day, I want to succeed in both the same exact way.
Guys, she's here.
Yeah, I have people come to the house a lot when I make food. I'll send a message in our group chat and say, "Hey, I'm making dinner," and people will just come over and it always winds up being good, so. It's not just being with family or just making food, it's the way it brings us all together. I mean, sitting down and having a good meal together just brings joy and happiness. No matter what's going on in personal lives, you can always have a way to talk and bring yourselves together just by sitting down at the table and having a decent meal that's home cooked. When they do enjoy it, it makes me super excited because it's just more validation that this is what I want to do.